it's kind of fascinating sort of how a company goes through a journey. And so for us, started the company, there are not a lot of VCs in Connecticut, and nobody invested in us. So our initial seed round came from running up credit card debt, and I ran up $80,000 worth of credit card debt. The very first offer to buy the company came about 6 years in, and at that stage we were profitable, growing very quickly, and they offered to buy the company for $100 million. At the time, I owned 100% of the business because I did not know how to give anyone stock options. So instead they were like, well, we had a really good year, what are you going to do? And I was like, I don't know, go to the car dealership, pick out something you want, and it's yours. That's like what I did for our management team. Also, only in Connecticut, I think, could you get away with that. That like, yeah, I don't know how to give you stock options, so you don't get them. But yeah, so along the way, after that, and got that offer, I ended up turning it down because the company loved our technology, but didn't actually really love Connecticut, the team that we had built, any of those pieces. And so yeah, it just didn't seem like a very good outcome for my team, and so I turned them down. Ended up taking some actual VC investment after that because I was like, oh crap, this thing's actually valuable. I need to not screw this up. Like, I need to not make that the worst decision of my life. And so got an investment from General Catalyst in 2013. They're a Boston-based VC firm. And then got an investment from TCV in 2015. And earlier this year, we were going down the road of getting ready to go public because that was sort of the next step in the grand manifest destiny, it feels like, of all companies. And what we found is that our product and technology, we sell to a pretty specific niche. And this allows us to have an incredibly efficient go-to-market and enable the company to be super successful.
What is this niche?
It's the managed service provider market. These MSPs that do IT services for small business. And the public market investors did not understand or know what this was. And they had asked questions like, well, won't Amazon just do your business? Or like, how do you compete with Google? And I was just like, no, this is like not what we do. And so, which by the way, what we do is data backup disaster recovery for small businesses. But yeah, so that just seemed like a really tough road. And in the meantime, there are a bunch of incredibly smart PE firms out there, and had a conversation with the folks at Vista, and they understood our market. And they got our thesis that essentially every small business around the world that's sub 1,000 seats is going to eventually need a managed service provider to fill the role of CIO. And that we are one of the largest companies that sells through MSPs to reach a market, and then there's just tremendous opportunity for us to take these relationships and leverage it into something. And they got it. And that was like the first time just talking to anybody who actually got it. And so the idea of essentially having anybody's money or really smart targeted money behind where you're going, it just made so much more sense to sort of have that targeted money.